I cannot believe this still happens in organizations. What happens is that you are being told to do more with less. And what that means is that you have to do the same amount of work or even more with the same or less people. Now, in that situation, it can be very frustrating that you have to accomplish at the same level or even more with less people. So here's two things I want you to consider in order for you to build a case and present that to your boss so that your boss can support you and make the right decision. The first one is tracking lost time. Lost time is a result of the barriers that your team is encountering, thus causing what's called lost time, lack of productivity time. So if you track that for a period of time, you can really show the impact of the lack of people, both in hours and in dollars, because you can convert the labor hours that you're losing to actual labor dollars. And the second thing you have to consider is creating an activity list for the work that you're doing. It's basically a list of jobs with the frequency and reasonable expectations. The reason this is so important is because once you do the math between frequency and reasonable expectation, that should give you the total labor hours that you need in order for you to complete the work. So if you have a list of all the jobs, the frequency and the reasonable expectations, that should give you an estimate really of how many total labor hours you need to finish the work. And guess what? You want to add in your variables such as absenteeism rate, your planned vacation, FMLAs, anything that you can't really control as far as people taking off. You want to put those variables and add in more hours. That right there will tell you how many hours you need. And all you have to do is compare that number to what you actually have. And if there's a delta there, that's what you want to show your boss as saying, this is the reason why I need more people, is to fill this gap. So the lost time and the reasonable expectations with your activities should provide enough evidence or leverage to show your boss why you need people. And what I tell managers or what I coach managers to do is all you can do is present this data to your boss and say, hey boss, I want to have a conversation. We'll schedule a meeting. Here's the data. Here's my lost time of what the impact is because of the lack of people and what we're having issues with in dollars. And here's an opportunity. Here's my resource, what we call resource load, how many people we need based on hours. There you go. Then at that point, you start talking about solutions.